students, I'm Neha Verma and this is the class for ancient history of Rajasthan. Why so? Because this is a class for people who are preparing for RPSC's Rajasthan General Studies paper, which is the third paper of RPSC College Lecturer exam, and in it we will cover the introduction part. We are beginning from the history section of the paper and we'll be covering the key points, the important points, the highlights, and this video is especially for those people who find difficulty in reading Hindi books or in understanding Hindi lectures. So this is a bit of precise idea to all those people in understanding and grasping the knowledge from the books, which you can take and purchase from the market, and they are easily available if you are buying them from Jaipur's Chaura Rasta, which is a very good place to buy Rajasthan's epic books, because it's a very cheap place first of all, and they can provide you major details like this portion is good, this portion is best from this book, from this author. So you can get a broad idea from that place if you are able to travel, or if you can order books from that place. Fine. So this is the first unit in historical section of Rajasthan's General Studies paper, and we are covering from the ancient age, which is the Stone Age. Although the portion which is covered in our syllabus is from 1000 AD to 1800 AD, but we are giving an introduction from where it begins, right? So this is just a gist of that section. So you need to make a structure, you need to make a structure in your mind, like how does it go from Stone Age to how does it go to Rajputs, Pratihars, Gujars, and so on, right? So we are beginning with the ancient history of Rajasthan, and here I have made a bit messy kind of map here, not exactly that kind. You can see it is available in the books. Although our map of Rajasthan, it is in rhombus shape, right? You will get to know about this further in the geography section more, right? So this is about rhombus shaped structure of Rajasthan, and I have made few of the sections here because these all those states, all those janpads we are going to cover in our video, right? So we are beginning with the Stone Age, which has 3 ages under it, right? The first one is of Paleolithic age. This was known as your Old Stone Age, okay? And in it we have the major important 2 sites name, and they are namely Nagaur and Didwana. So where is Nagaur? Nagaur comes here and Didwana somewhere here, right? So Nagaur and Didwana, these are the 2 districts of Rajasthan, and they were earlier come under the Paleolithic section of Stone Age. Paleolithic, which is Old Stone Age, and the 2 important sites of the name in Rajasthan are Nagaur and Didwana, okay? There comes your Mesolithic. So you can take a pen and paper and draw a structure like Paleolithic, and after that put an arrow here, then put an arrow here, so it will be easy to cover for you. Like if you can able to write the pointers only, then also you can get much bigger idea of the history of Rajasthan, right? So there comes our Mesolithic age. Mesolithic, which was the Middle Age. So Middle Stone Age. Another name of this age was Middle Stone Age, and in it we have the 2 important names of the sites. They were Bagaur and Tilwara. These were the names of sites. Tilwara and Bagaur, they are in somewhere in Bhilwara. Bhilwara comes here. Somewhere here it comes Bhilwara, okay? So if you are unable to learn the name, because I know the pronunciation may be difficult or maybe a different one for the people who are not from Rajasthan, okay? So this is an idea to you, like this is pronounced as Bhilwara in English, and in our local accent which we say Bhilwara, okay? Bhilwara. Fine. Bhils means the tribes. So this is the major place of tribes in Rajasthan. Bhilwara. Okay. So now we have Bagaur's major description here. Like there is a river here, Bagaur, where we see a river called this portion is Bagaur, right? Okay, here in Bhilwara, there is a portion called Bagor where we see a river called Kothari. Kothari is the name of river which flows from here, right? Kothari is the name of river, and this site which was excavated by Virendra Nath Mishra. I can write the name here. Virendra Nath Mishra. This is an important name. Why so? Because both of the places, Bagor and Talwar, they were excavated by Virendra Nath Mishra. Okay, so after that we have this Mesolithic age. It belongs to the biggest stone age of Mesolithic site in India. Like what I wanted to say here, the major sites in India of Mesolithic age belongs to Rajasthan, especially Bagor. So Bagor, if you want to remember Bagor, then you can write a note here. Like Bagor is the biggest Mesolithic site in India. Correct? Okay. Then further we have found the sources of animal husbandry here. Properly in Bagor and also in Tilwara, right? So Tilwara and Bagor, there we found the animal husbandry sources. Tilwara is situated on the bank of river Luni in Barmer. Barmer is here. Okay, so here is a place of Barmer. This is the most area of Barmer is of desert and sand, so most of the sandstones you can find here, and in Jaisalmer, in Bikaner, and in Ganganagar and Hanumangarh also. So this portion, which is the desert portion, they have the major sandstones here, right? Like in each month or sometimes in 2 months, but they do have sometimes daily also. Like this is the seasonal thing here. Okay, there we go towards the important thing which I have told you here. Luni river passes from here. So this place which is Tilwara, here we get to know that Luni river passes from here, and this site which was again excavated by Virendranath Mishra. Okay, and the evidence of animal husbandry were also found here. Okay, so the both common things are animal husbandry sources were found from here, from Bagor also and from Tilwara also, and both the sites were excavated by Virendranath Mishra. Okay, you can remember the name because they are common things between both of the sites, so you can easily remember the name. Fine. So moving further, the third age, which is Chalcolithic age. Chalcolithic age is also known as Stone Copper age. Stone Copper age. Why so? Because in this age, up till now, we were making weapons, ornaments, tools and other things from stones only. But from now onwards, from Chalcolithic onwards, this is the age where we for the first time see the beginning of metallic age. The use of metal, the production of metal began from here, from Chalcolithic age. So now from now onwards, people were making ornaments, tools from both the mixture of stone also and from copper also. That is why we call this age as Stone Copper age. याद रहेगा आप लोगों को? Okay. There we have another thing under it. This place where we have Ahar. Ahar is somewhere in Udaipur. This is Udaipur. Okay, this is Udaipur, and here somewhere we find a place Ahar. This is the name of the site which comes under Chalcolithic age, right? Like Ahar is the site which comes under Chalcolithic age, and Ahar is in Udaipur. Okay, the another name of Ahar culture is Banas culture. Why so? Because Banas is the name of a river which passes from Ahar, which passes from Udaipur. So the two names which you need to write down here, Ahar culture is also known as Banas culture. B-A-N-A-S, Banas culture. Most important thing. Okay, and we found the ornaments and terracotta utensils which were of red and black color. So the pottery which was found here, that was of black and red color. This you need to remember. This is important because, okay, going further, Now we have the important sites. Only the names we are going to discuss in this video, and later on we can discuss in a broad way. So the Indus Valley Civilization. After this we are discussing Indus Valley Civilization, and the two most important names are Kalibanga and Sothi Civilization. These are the sites name. These are also the name of civilization जिसे हम सभ्यता कहते हैं, जैसे Indus Valley Civilization. Okay, this is the name of civilization. So further you can get to know that Kalibanga was also a civilization, Sothi was also a civilization, but simultaneously they are the names of site also. And where does they come? Where do they come? Here they come. The name called Kalibanga and Sothi civilization, they come here, right? So write down some more points about it. Kalibanga is located on the bank of the river Ghaggar in Hanumangarh. So Hanumangarh district is here. This portion is Hanumangarh. There you have a river called Ghaggar. Ghaggar spelling is Ghaggar. This is the name of river Ghaggar. You will get to know time and again about the name of Ghaggar because it's the important river in Rajasthan. So Ghaggar river passes from here, and both the sites, what are the name of the sites? Kalibanga. Okay, I can write the name here. Kalibanga. Kalibanga. In Hindi we call Kalibanga, and in English the spelling goes as AN in the last. So N is silent in the pronunciation. So Kalibanga and Sothi. Sothi, Sothi. These were the sites of Ahar culture. Ahar culture which comes under Chalcolithic age. Remember this thing, okay? Now we have further points. This place was discovered. Remember the two words, the difference between two words, excavation and discovery something, discovering something. Okay, discover means I have found something, and excavated means to dig up the place, right? So this place was discovered by Amlanand Ghosh. I can write down the name here. Amlanand Ghosh. Amlanand Ghosh in 1953. I am talking about discovery of this place. Later on in 1961, a man called Brijwasi Lal, BB Lal, you can find the name with this. Brijwasi Lal in 1961 excavated, means dig up this place. Okay, till now excavation didn't took place, but in 1961 the work of excavation was preceded by Brijwasi Lal. I can show the name here. Brijwasi Lal, also as BB Lal. Fine. You can note down further points here which are important. Excavation was Brijwasi Lal in 1961, and evidence of growing barley and mustard are found here. Two major crops, barley and mustard, were found from here, right? After that, cylindrical seal. You understand seal? Which we used to put up a stamp on legal notes. So the cylindrical shape is fine. Cylindrical shape is this. This shaped seal we found in this place, and it was similar to the Mesopotamia seal which were earlier found in another places during the excavation process. So what is the line which you need to write here? Cylindrical seal of Mesopotamia is found here. Houses were made up of raw bricks. कच्ची ईंटों से बने हुए घर यहाँ पे होते थे. Drainage system was not very properly developed. Okay. Now after that we come to Sothi civilization. Sothi civilization. The name is very small to remember and easy also at the same time. This is the rural civilization, and this is also known as Kalibanga first. Why so? Because when the excavation process was going on, some of the archaeologists named Sothi as Kalibanga first, and you can also find this thing. You can also find this thing as Kalibanga Pratham in Hindi books. So you cannot get confused in between, because this is as clear as because I am teaching you, I am telling you the differences which you can get in Hindi books and English book. There can be mistakes also and common errors also which you can found. But after listening this video, the major portion, the major structure can be clear, and you can easily understand how to proceed with the Rajasthan studies paper. Right, further write down one more point. Situated on the plain of Ghaggar and Chautang river. In Hanumangarh district, there is a river called Ghaggar and Chautang, Chautang, Chautang river. They are the two rivers, Ghaggar and Chautang river. So this place, which place? Sothi. Sothi is the site here, which comes under Chalcolithic age. Sothi place is situated somewhere between Ghaggar river and Chautang river. Okay, write down. Further, we have this point. This place is located in Hanumangarh district. Okay, that's it in this portion. We can revise it. Like Sothi is the rural civilization. It is located in Hanumangarh, and it is situated in between Chautang river and Ghaggar river. Okay. Before that, we were doing Kalibanga. In Kalibanga, we get to know about that barley and mustard were the two major crops of this place. No proper drainage system was found here, and people used to make their house, which were made up of raw bricks. And here we also get to know that cylindrical shaped seal of Mesopotamia was also found from here, right? And apart from that, it is located in Hanumangarh district, which you can see from the map itself, right? So this is the major portion until now. Now from now onwards, I can give you a bit idea about Janpad and Mahajanpad. First of all, what do we mean by Mahajanpad? Maha means bigger and Janpad means country. Okay, because this description is highlighted, is mentioned in the work written by Panini. Panini's Ashtadhyayi. Ashtadhyayi is the name of work. This is not important, but I am just telling you Panini's Ashtadhyayi, where you get to know the mentioning of such sites of such Janpad and Mahajanpad. So Mahajanpad is bigger country and Janpad are the small countries in the ancient history of Rajasthan. Fine. So after that, we get to know that in all over the country, in all over India, we had 16 Mahajanpad, 16 bigger countries, and including them, 3 of the major sites of Mahajanpad were come under Rajasthan in this state, right? So the 3 names are Matsya Janpad, Shaur Sena Janpad and Kuru Janpad. You can write down Matsya, I have made it here. The area of Alwar, which was known as Viratnagar and Bairat. So this portion is Matsya Janpad. You can mark it here. Make a portion like a rhombus shaped, Kaju Katli shaped structure, and there you can highlight your Matsya Janpad, right? Because this is the Mahajanpad. After that, okay, in it you can also write one major thing, like Matsya place has a capital called Viratnagar. Viratnagar, Viratnagar, and the Alwar, Bharatpur and Jaipur. Alwar is here, Bharatpur is somewhere here, and Jaipur comes here. So this portion was of Matsya Mahajanpad, right? After that we have Shaur Sena Janpad. I have created this place here. Shaur Sena has the capital called Indraprasth. Shaur Sena. In Hindi, this is also written as Shur Sena or somewhere as Shaur Sena. So the spelling is Saursena, right? So the Shaur Sena Janpad covered the area of present time of Alwar, Dholpur, Bharatpur and Karoli. Alwar is this place, okay, Dholpur is somewhere here, Bharatpur is here, so this portion, and Karoli comes here, right? So this portion belongs to Shaur Sena, and the capital name was Indraprasth, which was the earlier name of Delhi, right? Further we have Kuru Mahajanpad, and this comes under the portion of Alwar, somewhere Bharatpur, Dholpur. Why the same places are coming repetitively? Because not the whole portion of Alwar, not the whole portion of Dholpur or Bharatpur, but some of the parts of Alwar, some of the parts of Bharatpur and Karoli and Dholpur. So these were the portions which were sometimes known as Matsya Janpad, then later on Shur Sena Janpad, then later on Kuru Janpad. Okay, so the next Kuru Janpad, which has the capital called Indraprasth, which has the capital called Indraprasth, and there we have the area of NCR. Kuru Mahajanpad has a capital area of Indraprasth, and there we can get to know that NCR belongs to the earlier times of Kuru Mahajanpad, which is Delhi and North Central region, right? After that we see the minor Janpad. Also they are also important from your exam point of view, but the major three Janpad were Shursena, Kuru and Matsya Janpad, right? You need to remember this, and after that just remember the names, but I am telling you for making a structure in your mind. Like Shivi Janpad is Udaipur and Chittorgarh area. This is Udaipur and this is Chittorgarh area. So the major portion of these two parts belong to Shivi Janpad. Shivi is written as Shivi, Shivi Janpad. This place was excavated by D.R. Bhandarkar. This place was excavated by D.R. Bhandarkar. Okay, and now the names are only the names are to be considered here. Arjunayana Janpad. I can spell it because there is not much place here. Fine. Arjunayana Arjunayana Janpad. This is the present time of Alwar and Bharatpur. Alwar is here and Bharatpur is here. Okay, Arjunayana Janpad. Then after that comes the Malav Janpad. Malav Janpad is here. The portion of Tonk district. The portion of Tonk district. If you remember, some of you may remember that Tonk was the birthplace of Irfan Khan. Okay, Tonk was the birthplace of Irfan Khan. Malav Janpad. This portion belongs to Malav Janpad. Which portion? Tonk portion was known as Malav Janpad, and the capital was Nagar. The capital was Nagar, and it is mentioned in Mahabhashya work written by Patanjali. How do we get to know that such things were used to exist somewhere in the history in the ancient time? Because we have mentioning of such names in the works written by our super genius Indian philosophers, writers of ancient time, like Patanjali. Patanjali has written the work Mahabhashya. I can write the name here. Mahabhashya. And sorry for one mistake which I have done earlier. I had said Mahabhashya, which was written by Pani, which was not. Mahabhashya was written by Patanjali. Okay, correct it please. I'm so sorry for that. Fine. After that you have another place which is Yodhya. I marked it here. Yodhya belongs to Ganganagar and Hanumangarh. Some portion of Ganganagar also and some portion of Hanumangarh district also. Right? And these were the people. Yodhya were the people who had stopped the power of Kushan kingdom from attacking their place. Later on you get to know about Kushans also. So Kushan's power was stopped by the people called Yodhya. They were very important. Okay. After that you have Shalvya. Shalvya Janpad. Shalvya. Shalvya Janpad. This is the only portion of Alwar. Only Alwar. No more states covered under it. Right. Then we have Rajanya. Rajanya has two names. This portion of Jaisalmer and Bikaner is known as Rajanya in earlier times, but it is also called Jangal Pradesh. What is the name? Jangal Pradesh. And you can remember the name Rajanya from Jaisalmer and Bikaner. How? Rajanya means Raja. Raja as in king. So these were the two places which were famous for Rajputs and other major kings of ancient history, of ancient times of Rajasthan. Right? So you can remember the name that Jaisalmer and Bikaner belong to Rajputs or Rajas or kings and has the name Rajanya. Fine. So how many kingdoms, how many Janpads we have covered after the major Janpads? Shivi, Arjunayana, Yodhya, Shalva and Rajanya. There are 5 minor Janpads. Okay, there are also another Janpad which will cover in the next video. Till now we are this section, we have this section to remember. Like we have covered ages, stone ages, Paleolithic, Mesolithic and Chalcolithic, and after that we have covered Mahajanpad, which were 3, namely Shursena, Kuru and Matsya Janpad, Mahajanpad. Okay, and after that we had covered 5 Janpad, which are Yodhya, Shivi, Malav, and somewhere here Rajanya Janpad. Okay, so these are the 5 kingdoms. Thank you for this video, and if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe this video, and also do tell your friends, like, if it is good, if you found this video good enough to prepare for the exam. I want to see the response from you people. If it is good, I'll proceed in this section more and soon, as much as I can. Okay, thank you.